Thank you, buddy. All right. All right. So my $4,000 loss on Thursday and Friday. Let me tell you guys what happened. So I started my day off on QQQ Investco. And my plan was to my plan was to have longs. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys on the 15-minute time frame and go into Thursday's chart. So if you look right here, um, we have a trend line that it broke, and on the 1 minute chart, it broke the 573.31, which was previous day high or pre-market high. And what happened was when it broke, I hopped in that trade thinking it was a great trade, and then it just dropped all the way down after it already closed over the after it closed over the trend line as well as my pre-market high. It just dropped all the way down. Let's see, it dropped all the way down to, I want to say it was a 565.17. So dropped all the way down to 565.17, 550 65.56, however you want to look at it. So somewhere in there, it was a lot of liquidity that needed to be grabbed, which had happened. There was also a fair value gap that needed to be got, which had happened. And that was a part of a wrong trade where I had lost $2,400, which sucked. I was I was very butthurt, but it's part of the game, especially for new traders. You gotta you gotta give your time to like pay attention to the market. Give yourself at least 30 minutes, 10 o'clock, so then you know which way the market is going to trend, and then you'll be on the right side of the trade. Now, going into Friday, I took three positions. I did Google, where I hopped in over the $200 mark. As you see here, I got in around that 261. It pushed up. I didn't like the way it was moving, so I exited the trade early. I didn't get much out of the trade, but as you see, it went all the way up to $202.61. But that was a positive trade, but it wasn't it wasn't positive enough for me to not lose. So my next trade was on Hood, where I had taken a position. I think I took a put, and then I also took a call. So let me zoom in real quick. All right. So on Friday, as you see, it it started as low as 110 at 9:30, and then just pushed all the way up to 117. Um, then it ran down, had a lot of consolidation, ran up to 117, hit a rejection, and after it hit that rejection, it went ahead and paused down. So let me put a marker on that 117 because that is now a key position. So now if I ever want to play calls over top of that 117, it needs to break over it, and then I will know that I'll be good to go. But after that, it dropped all the way down to that $1,400. It consolidated, and then it dropped down once again. That's pure consolidation right there. That created a bear flag, and once it created that bear flag, it dropped down. So mindset going into this, it bounced off that 1328 mark, and then pushed up and started to create new trends. So higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, which gave it a little trend. That's why I marked it right there. It created a higher high, which I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. So it created a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher low, and then some higher highs, and that became a trend. So there's no reason for me to be putting puts on on it at all, because it already the move upside already had happened. So I didn't need to do any puts, but I did. I took a put somewhere around this area, and I got humbled real quick because it started to push back up. Now I did take a call somewhere around this area, and I did get about $59. But I mean, compared to the 1,500 I lost on this trade, it wasn't worth it. But going into next week, let's talk about what I'm looking at. So I'm gonna trade QQQ. I think it's gonna be a great it's gonna be a great trade to trade. So let me zoom out real quick, show you guys my trend lines, and give you my pieces on the trade. I'm thinking it's gonna happen sometime this week. And if it does happen sometime this week, then I will go ahead and trade it. Um, and also, I wanted to tell you before we get into that, be patient on your trades. Because if I would have waited till 10 o'clock, I could have been a part of this big move downwards. So 10 o'clock, around 10 to 10:15, that larger move to the downside, I could have been a part of, where I would have made tons of profit had I been patient. Um, but I wasn't. I wasn't patient. I thought it was bullish. I thought I knew what I was talking about being a new trader, and I didn't. And I lost a lot of money those last two trading days. And all I had to do was wait until that 10 o'clock, and I could have been a part of that big move downwards, but I didn't. So let's go back over to that Hims trade, or not Hims, but Hood trade. Um, I don't. I keep getting those mixed up. So let me go over to Hood. All right. Same thing with Hood. I did not need to be a part of this trade. The move had already happened from 9:30 to about 10:15 to 10:45. The move already happened. It was consolidating around the time I was trying to make a trade. No need for me to be inside that trade at all. But what I do, I got greedy, and I wanted to hop in this trade for no reason while it was consolidating, right? For no reason. Up, down, up, down, up, down, but staying in the same range. All right, that's what ranging is. Didn't need to be a part of it, got a part of it, and I lost money. So if the move has happened, just get off trading. If you missed it, get off of it, and it'll save you a lot of heartache, a lot of money, and a lot of time staring at this goddamn computer when you could be just chilling instead of losing money. So yeah, so the move already happened. There's no need for me to be in this trade, but I did it anyways. And I wish I didn't, but it is what it is. That's part of trading. You're gonna lose money, and yeah, you're gonna lose a lot of money if you try to be a part of something that you shouldn't be. And if you go down to the 1 minute chart, like I said, the move has already happened downward as well. I missed that. Even though I was watching, I missed it because I didn't get in it, which would have been a great trade. This would have been a decent trade, going down as well. Would have been from like 414.24 down to that 313.28 area. That'd have been an okay move, a little dollar move downside. Probably could have made about $1,000, depending on how many contracts you bought into. Um, anyways, let's get into what I'm looking at this week. QQQ, one of my favorite things to trade. So it's going on a higher time frame. All right, let's look at what we got going on. Let's zoom in a little bit more. So as you look at it, this trend line is going to go. I'm thinking that what's going to happen is going to go up to that 577 area, and it's going to bounce off that trend and come down to that 572, 573 area. If that happens, I want to be a part of that. All right, if you think about that, that is a $5 to $6 drawdown. Um, it's it's been ranging that way. It's been trending that way. So I expected to do that sometime in the next day or two, if not sometime this week. Now, if it breaks this trend right here, if it bounces up and breaks this trend, why's my cursor not moving? If it bounces up and breaks this trend, you can find yourself coming down to that 568 area if it breaks that trend, have an aggressive move downwards, 568, 76, especially if it breaks over that 570 area, which is a psychological area. You can find yourself down to that 568, and then really just watching your support levels from there, seeing if it bounces up. If it doesn't, then I mean, the blood in the waters is going to fall. So other than that, man, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys for joining Honecker in the trades where we hit our targets. Please like, share, comment, let me know how I can do better, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.